At the beginning of the story we see a desolate world. Many people of the world are shown. Some Vabuff has died due to infection had killed humans but animals. There was no effect of infection on the roads. Now there was no traffic and factories were closed. This was the reason for there being no pollution for a long time. Nature has brought the earth back to life. Greenery had started spreading everywhere. That is why animals are very important in this environment. We're living a comfortable life and the same people are now alive on this, meaning which is survival. Know that we are one among the few humans. He also looks at Eddie as his own since childhood. Lived with mom but because of Bar his mom also died and that's why he survived. Found because his uncle had given him used to send survival books and it is only because of books that Eddie can survive today. He no longer lives in his house because his house has become a junkyard. Not just his house, everything here is like this. She has become very bad and she is sitting outside her house. Lives in a small bunker with food. There is some drinking material but this won't last long. That's why he rides his bicycle every day. Food and necessities in the surrounding area goes to find stuff, and for this purpose dead bodies found inside homes during it has become important for him. But even Eddie has his. There is a single person living in the area and he has searched his entire area. Goods needed in the area, like now he has only one bicycle which is finished. He doesn't want to go too far because he is afraid that if he goes away, if he finds a human being, then perhaps he will die of hunger. Don't just kill him and eat him. Poor Eddie, very bored with my life. He also had a mobile phone to pass the time. Couldn't run because in the world there was no electricity and no electricity. The number of books the creator had, he had put in all his efforts, and now he does gardening to pass time. Those few vegetables after a lot of hard work was able to grow, and that is why he was very happy. At night he lies under the moon. That suddenly he heard some strange sounds. She returns back into her den out of fear. Routine goes away in the morning. Accordingly he took his bicycle and that need he went to a house in search of the belongings of a small solar panel was found on the roof of. He was so happy that he took her home. Comes and charges his phone with it. He listens to songs after the phone is charged, enjoys as much fun as he can. Later she recorded her mother's video on the phone itself. Looks at it and gets very sad. He was looking at his wax after a long time but still he could not talk to them. He watches videos as long as his phone lasts. The garden does not close again after this. When I go in, I find out that at night the sounds he heard were those of animals. There were sounds and those animals raised it. All the vegetables were destroyed. To see all this he doesn't understand anything. After all his hopes were gone, now they are now in these collects vegetable seeds and could have grown vegetables from them again, but so long to eat again. Wait, this made her so angry, and in anger he steps on his own feet. The axe kills. Even the blood from his wounds had started coming out, causing infection. The danger increases inside him also. He may even die. He could. That's why he wanted his survival. By taking out some methods from the books, and he makes medicine for his wounds, and he watches his uncle and aunt at night. Looking at the photo one thinks that he is also alive. It's because of them that I have to survive. He has come and he has survived so well. He must have been there. Now he thinks, why not me? I should also go back to these people for such a life. Maybe it would be a little easier, but on a bicycle it was difficult to do this work through. That first one makes complete plan through a road map, decides a route to follow. He will go to his uncle's house, in which it may also take 2 weeks if something goes right. This night will be very special for him. It was difficult because he had to leave his home, had to go where he spent a lot of time. I had collected my things and left. The next morning, he goes cycling from morning till evening. When it was night, I put the tank on and went to sleep, and whatever food and drink he had, he used the things he had on the way. And the good thing was that if any building was found on the way, some things can be arranged from there. Also I used to go for a week and everything was fine, but one night when he wakes up, sees the deer wasting all his water has been done, and also its solar charger the deer has broken, with the help of which he, seeing that he was able to charge his phone, he gets so angry that he uses his pistol, spends all the bullets in vain. Later he wonders what he did. He continued moving forward, and on the way I found a river, and seeing it I was very happy. One is happy because there is provision of water. It was time to collect water again. After that I came out from there and took a rough path. He climbed over the bicycle and was riding fast. Suddenly his bicycle wobbled and fell into a pit. This pitfall's covered with some things which clearly meant that someone he had made a trap to get out of this pit. Tries but fails. He fired several shots and burned them so that someone seeing them will come to his help, but no one came to notice when it was morning that someone is looking at him. Eddie, without anything, think carefully and shoot him. Here the person who was there was a girl and she belonged to Eddie. This girl had even escaped a bullet and told Dad, only then you give me your weapons, help you out of this hole. I will do it first. But Eddie doesn't listen to her. But when he feels that besides his, if there is no other option, then he give it to the girl. But she is so stupid. Ain't that girl gun with bullets? Give it and that girl will kill him. After taking gas, this girl tells Ava, Eddie, that you pretend you are not an infected person on the matter. Eddie lifts his shirt and shows her there was no mark on his body. It may also be due to infection. By showing her body, she consoles him too. There is no infection of any kind. Now takes it out of the pit and asks to give pills, but Eddie refuses, makes these people sleep, and the next when Eddie wakes up in the morning, Ava hugs him. A knife was kept about bullets from him. Eddie was asking as soon as he got the pills if he tells. He puts the bullets in the gun, and there Eddie couldn't understand why did Ava do this so suddenly. You can understand that the voices of three people are coming. It is that Ava ran away from these humans. These three men had weapons and all three were looking very cruel. Avoid them, while Eddie hides inside the grass on the other side. Ava was climbing on top of the tree. She had a dirty cum on all three of them, whereas these people see ads camp here. These people had come and wanted to find out that who would have been in this camp. Eddie wondered. That is the address of the owner of this camp. While driving, these people sat on the tree in front will reach Ava if her life is in danger, so he quickly collects some flowers. Marks like infection on your body through and goes to such a place and lies down. Where did he see these people? When they come closer, they feel that Eddie died due to infection. That is AD. The plan had worked now because these let the men know about the camp. It was over. That's why these people left from there. Ad and Ava set up camp again, and here Eddie finds out that Ava is pregnant. Asks Ava about her husband, on which she tells that he died. These people, to escape from those men, can Eddie go from somewhere far away and ride bicycles, and he decided now he had taken Ava along with him. Will take you half the journey Eddie had covered now in order to go to Uncle. He had only one. It would take a week, but to go with him was not ready because according to him at the area where Kay's uncle lived it wasn't safe at all. But Eddie knew he had full confidence in Uncle. He tells Ava that if you don't come with me then no problem, but I will definitely go to Ava's now. Passed because there was no other option. Also agreed. Both of them go out to Ava. That's why I didn't know how to ride a bicycle well. It was taking a lot of time, but Eddie gave him full support. Now this is their routine. It was said that he used to ride bicycle all day, used to hunt a little bit, and at night used to cook and eat their prey because give the food they had earlier. Those three robbers robbed them, but Eddie was still happy because at least gives him a partner in the form of Ava. Had met Eddie, had started liking Ava. That's why everything seems beautiful to her now, but he was unaware that those three, the bad guys, were still after them. That's why Eddie was taking great care of Ava. Ava also started liking Eddie. On the way, Ava and Eddie find a pond. Eddie jumps into the pond to swim. When he comes out after swimming in front of him, he saw three men following him. A friend appears who asks him about Ava. I am asking whether we will get any help from you. It doesn't matter. You just tell us about Ava. Give more Ava to us and we will give Ava to us. Will not kill because away for them. Ava's Joe is working as a resort. When a baby is born, they will eat it. Now Eddie will eat it. It was understood that these people, because it was with Ava that man used to torture, talk to Eddie again and says that if you love, she is lovely, so you leave Ava or else we will kill you because of survival. There is not that much competition in sports. Despite bad things, Eddie is not afraid. Keep moving towards your destination with Ava, and finally after a few days of travel people reach their uncle's house. I was very happy to reach here because now he was getting a bed to sleep and there is some food to eat, but there is enough food here. Was upset because he was still at home with his uncle, was not seen when he was out of the house. When he comes out, his fear turns into reality. His uncle was also dead, and outside the house a grave was built for him and his last hope too. She gets lost because she trusts her uncle only. Eddie had developed enmity with all three men. Now sad and worried about all these things it's done, He goes to Ava and Ava asks the truth of men at this time, but she doesn't hide anything and tells him that when the brother of all three of them misbehaves with her when he was doing it, she hit him and ran away. All three kept chasing them, but Ava didn't tell anything to Eddie, and that's why both of them a fight breaks out between them and Ava cries. Left, and Eddie took some of his belongings from home, went outside where he now faced those three. All three men were on top of Eddie. He points his finger at him and tells him that you surrender to us if you want. We will help you. You can also share it because it is a part of this is a new role in the world, but it's bad. He did not want to get mixed up in his intentions. Runs away from here to save his life and fired a shot into the air before running away so that Ava can wake up and save her life. Here Eddie, who was trying to escape, was the man catches her, and before this man could have come from behind and killed Eddie. Kills only Eddie was Auntie. Now she is saved. There were two men, one of whom approached Ava, went and the other one to kill them. I was running towards him when that auntie intervened. Gets trapped inside a trap set by an poor guy, dies the same death. Now Eddie and they have to save Eddie's aunt. Ava goes but stands beside Ava from a distance. The bad guy shoots at those who she puts it on Eddie's aunt's shoulder. Don't let the man fire one more shot and kill Eddie. Eddie runs away and takes advantage of the opportunity. This man took out his anger on Ava. He starts taking it off with great force on her stomach. Eddie, who hides it all, he was watching something and now he started making a little noise. This evil spirit gets distracted and gets a chance as soon as Ava found him. He shot an arrow from behind and killed this man. Finally kills all the danger to them over the top and such. Eddie, Ava and their aunts live together as a family. Let's start this story right here comes to an end.